Welcome to rSlash Am I the Devil, where OP gambles away his own kids' college funds. Our next Reddit post comes from rSlash Am I the Butthole. And for context, this was posted during COVID. Am I the butthole for gambling half my kids' college funds and winning? Okay, I know the title sounds horrible, but hear me out. About a week ago, a group of friends and I took a trip to Vegas. And for the record, we all got COVID tested before we went out. I'm looking for judgment on this specific thing, not on me taking a vacation. The casinos have just reopened recently, and my friends and I have always enjoyed a little bit of gambling, so we decided to check one out. I usually have a specific fund dedicated to gambling so that I don't use up any of our savings, but most of that fund ended up being put towards rent during quarantine since my girlfriend got laid off work. Now, here's where I think I might be the butthole. It had been over a year since I'd gambled last, and I really wanted to gamble. Any other gamblers out there reading this post will get it. I didn't want to take away from the house fund or from our grocery fund, so I decided that taking money from my kids' college funds would be the best option. One of them is 14 and the other is 11, so there was still plenty of time for me to get the money back before they actually go off to college. And I ended up winning. I kept all the money that I gambled, and I ended up making a profit of about a quarter of the fund. I called my girlfriend and excitedly told her the news, but she asked where I'd gotten the original money from. I told her, and she freaked out. She screamed at me, told me that she was going to tell the kids how immature I was, and hung up on me. I know that I was being a little bit irresponsible, but I don't really see the issue. If I had lost the money, it might be a different story, but I won, so I don't get why there's a problem. Now my kids have even more money to put into their college fund, and I got to gamble like I wanted to. It's been 3 days since that conversation, and my girlfriend hasn't responded to any of my calls. I'm getting really sick of reaching out to her when I don't think I did anything wrong, but my flight home is soon, and I don't want her to complain to me about not apologizing when I get home. But do I even have anything to apologize for? Edit. I don't think you guys get it. I only gambled $30,000. And now, me and my family are all better off because of it. Don't you guys understand that I won? I accept my judgment, but I disagree. This dude is a lunatic. Only gambled $30,000? Unless his net worth is like $5 million, that alone makes him a butthole. I like this reply from Shotzi. Look, I may have dropped the baby, but luckily he fell onto some pillows, so no harm done. Plus, the baby thought that we were playing and laughed, so overall, it's a good thing that I dropped him. No need to learn a lesson from this. OP, probably. This was posted 4 years ago with no update. I would genuinely love to know how much money is in those kids' college funds today. Our next Reddit post is from Chicken of the Year. During my marriage, I had this running joke, a desperate cry for intercourse, where I gave my wife a clone-a-willy of myself every Valentine's Day. I thought that it was funny and kinda sweet. She never really laughed or used them as far as I know. Our love life was dusty. The clone-a-willies were my subtle way of saying, hey, remember intercourse? Can we please have more intercourse? It didn't work. Fast forward, we get divorced. Messy divorce. I asked if I could take the clone-a-willies with me because it felt weird leaving them behind like some haunted dildo time capsule. She just looked at me, dead serious, and said, they're mine now. I said, they're nearly a part of me. She didn't care. She kept them to annoy me. So yeah, my ex-wife has a literal collections of my dong, like trophies. Anyways, a few months ago, she gets a new boyfriend. He's one of those smug guys who always brings up CrossFit. Yeah, I effing know you exercise CrossFit. I've met him briefly a couple of times. Other than talking about CrossFit and looking down at me as I'm some kind of freak, he recently told me, I'm the man now, and she needs a real man, not someone who bangs sex dolls. To make things worse, he just spilled my private dark secrets to his friends. My ex-wife and I have an agreement that I'll leave her alone if she doesn't tell anyone about my secret life with dolls and toys. But now, they both have ruined everything. She told him, and he told his friends about me. I know this because a friend of mine told me. We're not from the biggest city. I've kept my part of the agreement. She got the best divorce deal. I feel betrayed. I'm depressed and have been through hell. My ex-wife promised to keep my dark history a secret in our divorce agreement. Today, I decided to do a little revenge. I sent her new boyfriend this message. Hey man, if you ever want to see a full collection of my Clone-A-Willies, check the purple box on top of the closet in the second floor bedroom. That was it. No threats, no drama, just a gentle hint. Some hours later, I got this message back, which I think is in Dutch or something. Wie fijn zij wimmelig, which is, oh, gross, those were disgusting. Apparently, he did look, and he did find them. All of them. Probably lined up like infinity stones. I just got a message from my ex-wife. She's pissed. Revenge complete. The revenge is pretty weird, but the weirdest thing is after giving your wife 7 unused dongs, OP thought to himself, I know what she needs, an 8th dong, and then a 9th dong. That's sure to make her horny for me. I'm looking through OP's post history. Do not go to OP's post history. This is a horror show of adult toys. I'm going to describe a couple things that I've seen. OP has a picture of a fleshlight that he has stuck into a vacuum cleaner. He has attached a fleshlight onto I guess one of those remote control toy cars so he can control it going forward and backwards, I guess. We've got this post question. If we could generate electricity from people thrusting into fleshlights, how many would we need to keep a movie projector running? There's a post here where OP is convinced that the fleshlight that he owns is somehow spiritually attached to the adult actress that it was modeled after, and that whenever he uses it, she can feel it. And it includes a poem, which I am definitely not going to read, to either the fleshlight or the actress, I'm not exactly sure. This post is OP saying that that women's breast implants should be made of something edible like yogurt or gelatin or like protein powder. That way, if you're ever stuck on an island, you could just pop one of those suckers open and you could, eat your boob for a couple of weeks. Okay, this one's actually a really good question. How many condoms full of sperm would it take to move a man who weighs 70 kilograms? Assume every sperm moves forward. Okay, that was actually a pretty good question. Did anyone answer that? Okay, according to this user, every man on Earth would need to bust over 400 times to lift a man into the air using sperm power. Look, I'm on the wife's side on this one, man. OP tried to make the wife seem frigid, but after reading this history, I think I have a sense for why she got the ick. This next post is a bit disjointed because OP deleted some posts which are unfortunately gone forever. But the story actually seems pretty juicy, so bear with me. The story starts with OP making some post where she apparently confessed that she cheated and somehow her fiance found out. She deleted that post, so I can't read it, but then OP posted an update, which I can read part of. We had a really great conversation, and he was vulnerable, and he said that my cheating made it feel like I didn't value him. He was crying, and it really hurt me to see the pain I caused him. He told me that please let's not go forward with this unless I can promise him that I won't go behind his back again because he can't go through this pain again. I told him that I promise I'll never hurt him again and will always be honest and upfront with him now. We talked about the rules and he said that they'll be temporary and will be adjusted when we go to couples therapy. Now it's time to put in the work to repair the relationship. I know it'll be a lot of work, but I'm prepared. Thank you to the ones who gave constructive feedback. People are blasting OP in the comments for cheating, and OP says, "No matter how much you say that, it doesn't make it true. I regret my actions, and I'm prepared to do better." And the really funny thing about this post is the title. I'm a 28-year-old woman, and my fiance is 28, and he has some huge request in order for him to regain his trust. Is his request too far? Yo, is what too far? Asking you not to cheat again? Then, after that, OP made another post that says, the title is, I have a fiance, but I'm falling in love with a married man. God, who could have seen that one coming? Not me. I believe she turned over a new leaf. I'm as shocked as the rest of you. Oh gosh, the comments. Listen to OP defend herself. I've cheated before, and I'm starting to realize it's because I didn't understand being in love. With the guy that I'm currently seeing, we both aren't romantic with our current partners. I don't want to be with anyone but him, as in my affair partner. Also, he's gonna divorce his wife. We have a plan for when his finances get straight. OP says, I'm definitely going to end the engagement. I agree us getting married isn't fair to any of us. Then we have this exchange. Someone says, remember 6 months ago when you were telling people not to be so harsh because you've grown as a person and wouldn't ever cheat again? And OP says, this is completely different. The first time I cheated was because I was selfish. This time, it's because I fell in love with someone else. I didn't choose this. No one picks who they love. This whole experience has taught me how complex love is and that I've never been in love before. Oh God. OP writes, I'm gonna tell my fiance the truth, but we can't tell the other guy's wife yet. He's trying to get his finances in order first. You guys really think he's getting his finances in order? You guys really think he's gonna leave his wife? Or he's just banging her and feeding her lies? These stupid idiots! Then OP makes another post that says, I ended things with my fiance. I took everyone's advice and decided to end things with my fiance. This was the hardest thing I had to do in my life. I know you guys think that I'm a terrible person, but this is an unimaginable situation to find yourself in. I want everyone to know how much this hurt to do. I really wish I didn't fall in love with someone else. I wish I could make myself fall in love with my fiance, but I can't. It took me too long to accept this. I hope you guys can understand that I can't convey this enough, that I care about my ex-fiance. I know this will be best for both of us, even though it's hard right now. Then we have the final post, titled, You guys were right. I realize I treated my fiance horribly, and I received my karma. My coworker and his wife are getting a divorce because she found out he was cheating with multiple women. Plural. He's a disgusting animal. He lied to me and others, pretending that we were the only one. I ended things with him. I'm glad he's been exposed. Now, regarding my ex-fiance, I've taken the time to reflect, and I realize he's actually my true love. I hate that I hurt him. I reached out again to him, but he said that he'll always love me, but he's done with me. That was painful to hear. I just can't get over what my affair partner did, destroying multiple relationships, including mine. It's painful to see and experience. Then OP posted an edit. I wasn't clear, but I take responsibility for my actions. Just because I'm condemning his disgusting and manipulative behavior doesn't mean I'm justifying my actions. My actions were horrible, but I've learned from them. What an adventure this lady took us on. A depressing, predictable adventure. Our next Reddit post comes from rSlash. I'm a 52-year-old man, and am I the butthole for insisting that my 22-year-old daughter attend my wedding? I've always been close with my daughter, even more so after the death of my late wife, her mother. For the past 16 years, it's been just the two of us against the world. I've been enthusiastically present for every part of her life, very much the doting and dutiful father. I admit that I've been a bit of a helicopter parent, and I've taken a hands-on approach to staying involved in my daughter's life. I was involved in all of her extracurricular activities from the time that she could walk. My daughter welcomed my participation until her teen years. She didn't like that I would engage in casual relationships with her friends' mothers. I did my best to be discreet, but usually it got out. Particularly intolerable to my daughter was a long-term sexual relationship I had with the mother of her best friend, which began when my daughter was 12 and continued until she was 18. During that period, we frequently included her friend and her friend's mother in vacations and events. Her friend's father was often away on business, so I took it on myself to fulfill paternal duties in his absence. When my daughter became aware of the sexual nature of my relationship with her friend's mother, I ended the relationship at my daughter's insistence. I still included her friend on our holidays, but sorely missed the company of her mother. On a recent trip to Bali, my daughter's friend confessed that she had intimate feelings for me. I had never thought of her that way, and insisted we not engage in any sexual behavior for the sake of my daughter while on vacation. Upon returning home, however, this young woman and I struck up an intense and passionate affair. Long story short, we'll be married in July. I expected my daughter to be happy for me, and so did my now fiance, who graciously asked my daughter to be her maid of honor. Not only did my daughter refuse, she also stated that she won't attend the wedding at all. I spent my entire life putting her happiness ahead of my own, and deeply want her to at least share in my happiness. Am I the butthole for insisting my daughter attend my wedding? So basically, OP screws every single woman who's in his daughter's life and then expects his daughter to be, grateful about it? Also, OP was suspiciously vague about the best friend's father, who was often away on business. Does that mean that he started an affair with the mom, or that they were separated and he was often just physically absent? And he's taking 18-year-old girls on vacations to Bali? Yo, OP's sending up some red flags here. That was rSlash and if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.